Welcome back. Now joining me in the studio is Josh Hayden, who is with the United States Postal Service, and also Ben Hill, who is the new Director of Community Services with the United Way of the Ohio Valley. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
It's great to have both of you here. Today we're going to be talking about the annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive, which is really a partnership between the Postal Service and the United Way. So Josh, to get this thing started, why don't you tell us about the event?
The Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive is something that Owensboro's been involved in for around 20 years, I believe. And every bit of food that we collect, it's the second Saturday in May.
Okay.
And the carriers go door to door as they're delivering their route, and they pick up bags of food that the people in Owensboro set out. And the good thing about it is the food that we pick up in Owensboro stays within our city.
Oh, okay.
So we're feeding people on our routes that we see every day. You're feeding friends, family, people you go to church with, people you grew up with, things like that. So it's a big community involvement.
Okay. So would I anticipate that if should I put my food out when I know my mailman's going to be there, or first thing in the morning?
Well, you could put it out first thing in the morning, and then we've got around 100 volunteers or so that help. We've got agencies that send their volunteers out, trucks and trailers, and they go around the route. Any of the mail carriers, they can call me and let me know, hey, I've got my mail truck full, or my route's, being really generous. Can you send people out? So we've got people that go around all day long and pick up. So it's the mail carrier and then the volunteer agencies as well.
Now, it's important for people to understand that, because I don't want people to think that someone's coming and stealing their food that is on their front porch. If a stranger pulls up in a vehicle and picks it up, it's actually someone who's been designated to go around and to actually do that to help out.
Yes, that's correct. We've got volunteers that they'll have a Stamp Out Hunger shirt, or the vehicles. One thing we did this year that we noticed, we've got signs that'll be on trailers. We've got magnetic signs that have the big Stamp Out Hunger logo. It'll be on the doors of the trucks, and so you'll see it everywhere.
Yeah, because I imagine some people, it probably would have been my wife's grandmother, go out there and go, hey, what are you doing? You're stealing that food for the Postal Service. So, well, Ben, how long has United Way been a partner?
United Way's been a partner for 7 years, so we promote the event and do everything that we can to make sure that people are aware of it. So when that day comes, they'll be able to help and willing to help. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And what's United Way doing to promote this?
Well, we do a lot of different things. For example, one of the things on May 10th, we're going to have a yard party, and that'll just be right there on Frederica Street with the radio station, and kind of bring some attention that way.
Okay.
And then we'll be talking about what day the event is, when businesses can help. And I believe the businesses are from May 7th through 11th, and we can pick up and all those sorts of things that Josh was talking about.
Okay.
So,
what is the actual date that people are putting their food out?
for residential, it's May 12th.
May 12th.
That's a Saturday.
Okay.
So that's the day of the big event for residential customers.
Okay. Well, Josh, let's talk specifically about the types of food that you collect for this event.
We pick up canned goods, cereal, anything like that. Most of these agencies, they'll take whatever they can get, and they do different types of. They'll do meals, or they'll do soup kitchens and things like that. So everything that we pick up, we definitely put it to good use.
Okay. Well, let's talk specifically about the types of food they can put out, because I don't think you want perishables and things.
Yeah, canned goods is a big thing. That's definitely used. Spaghetti sauces, cheese sauces, things like that.
Oh, okay.
So canned goods or glass, things in glass jars. So
okay.
We're not really picky about it.
Oh. So in other words, I could put out a box of spaghetti noodles or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. Stovetop stuffing, we see a lot of that. Noodles and bag noodles and things.
Okay. So just anything that's not really perishable.
Correct. Yes.
Excellent. What's the goal this year in the amount of food?
Well, last year was a big success, and we promoted well with radio stations and trying to get the yard party like you talked about is going to be incredible. We hope. But our goal last year, we hit 35,000 pounds. So
Wow.
we're hoping that this year we can surpass that.
That's a lot of food.
It was a lot of food. It was great. Yes.
Oh my land! And that's collected just within the city limits.
It's all done. We reached out to a few surrounding counties last year, which they're going to be on board this year. But the biggest thing that we do want to let everybody know is the food that we pick up in Owensboro stays in Owensboro. The little surrounding counties that do help out, it's going to go to their soup kitchens or their agencies down there. So.
Okay. So speaking of that being distributed here locally, where are they? I mean, I guess where does the food go? I'm sure the Postal Service doesn't just pack all the food over to the
The post
building,
office.
the post office. They don't have room for it. So where does the food go, and how does it get distributed at that
We
point?
we have a drop-off point that we use all day long. The carriers, as they pick up their food, they'll be going and dropping it off at the Salvation Army,
Oh, okay.
which is down on Ewing Road.
Right.
And so when we pick it up, we've got the agencies there, and it's Oasis,
Mm-hmm.
Central Latino, Crossroads, the Salvation Army, Feed a Friend, Eat Memorial, and King's Table.
Excellent. So,
So
they'll be all the recipients of
That's correct.
of all this food.
And-
That's a lot of
and
food for those agencies.
It's like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that we bring it in all day long, and then we usually our start time at the post office is 8, and then by 7 o'clock that night we're done.
Wow. And
So-
I know. Listen, and I know that that's a lot of work for you guys.
Yes.
Because you're already doing a lot of work by carrying all that mail, and now
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be packing canned goods and things of that nature. So it's a pretty strenuous day on everybody at the
We
Postal
couldn't do
Service.
it without the volunteer help, but I'm telling you right now, you can talk to any mail carrier, and we'd love to do this.
Really?
It's kind of like our Super Bowl.
Oh,
I mean, it's
okay.
a big deal. We prepare for it all year long. We reach out to people, want to get people to donate, let them know how important it is. And the biggest thing from a mail carrier's point of view is I'm delivering all over Owensboro. I know these people. They're friends.
Right.
They're co-workers and things. And it's like, I can't help everybody out with money, but I can sure help feed somebody.
Right. Well,
and
that's-
it's a big deal. It's a big thing.
Well, that's excellent, and I'm sure all the Postal Service employees take a lot of pride in
They
this.
do, absolutely, yes.
That's great. Well, Ben, how does United Way address food insecurities and other critical needs in our community throughout the year?
Yeah, well, critical needs are kind of what United Way is about. And certainly, one of our main tenets is health. So hunger and food fit right into that. And, locally, United Way is just, we have a small staff, but we are a volunteer organization. And so, again, that fits into kind of the whole thing we're doing here. But, with us, we raise money as our campaign, and volunteers do that. We also distribute it to agencies for their help. Volunteers do that, and we're overseen by a volunteer board of directors. So we're about volunteers, and we appreciate that. We appreciate the post office and the letter carriers volunteering to do this, because this is a tremendous shot in the arm for all the food kitchens and
Right.
the pantries in the area. So it's kind of fits right into what United Way does.
Okay. I know we've had several people on before in the past. Rick Miller used to come on and talk about the food drive, and I'm telling you, he sounds as passionate as you do about
Absolutely.
it. And listen, this isn't an easy thing to coordinate either. I mean, it takes some work on your behalf to get all the ducks in a row. In other words,
It sure does, yes.
So that's excellent. So Ben, now real quick, this job's new for you. So
Yes, it is.
Give us a little background about
I
it.
worked for OMU as a customer service manager for 25 years, and then when I retired, I had volunteered with United Way for about 20 years, and this job came open. So, as a friend of mine told me, well, maybe it's time they start paying you. So now I'm a United Way employee.
So basically, I mean, you used to handle, I think, through OMU a lot of the United Way activities, didn't you?
That's right. And I was on the board at United Way and helped with what they call community investment, where we're giving out dollars to agencies. So, and that's kind of what I'm involved with now at United Way. That's kind of what I oversee is the what they call the allocations
Right.
of community investment.
Okay. So we're not to believe that maybe your wife Debbie said you need not to be in the home here?
Yeah, well,
Because you retired and then
when I
suddenly
was
you're back to
retired,
work.
I was retired for 5 months, and then she thought it was time I do something. So.
Oh, well, of course, I know Debbie, and that is really funny, and I can actually see her saying that. So, well, listen, guys, if our viewers would like additional information, Ben, about the event or even about volunteering with United Way, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, they can call United Way,
Okay.
270-684-0668, and we'll be glad to help you with volunteering or any information about our event here.
Okay, well, listen, thanks for joining me, Josh, Ben. It's
Absolutely.
Great having you on here, and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for tuning in to this segment of 71 Magazine. On behalf of everybody here at OCTV, we hope you have a great spring, and we'll see you right back here in June.